So we're going to do a little modeling on the catwalk. Yeah, we do a little turn on the catwalk. Okay, that's from a song that was made way before your time. So basically modeling is, here's a situation, write an equation for it. Okay, I don't know why they kind of say, oh, it's got to be modeling. That's, I don't like that. All right, so the big thing is now, this is where we need to see, is something actually kind of, is it quadratic, is it exponential, or stuff like that. So we're going to look right here. It says the braking distance of a car. All right, so Now let's look right here. Normally, when we look at these things, we want to see if they, if any of these values repeat. If they repeat, that definitely knows or tells us that it is a quadratic. Okay, and since this one doesn't repeat, let's kind of look at some of the differences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract all these things here. And I'm going to say, well, the first one, 90 minus 40, I get 50. And this should be 70. 250 minus 16. There we go. So we get 90. Okay, this should be 110. All right, now, what we're doing is, so this is the first difference between the y value. Sometimes you have to do this. And then you have to look at the second difference. So we got to subtract these again. These all are 20. All right, so this actually tells us it's, the first difference is linear, the second difference is quadratic, and the third difference is exponential. So this one is actually a quad, okay? Believe it or not, some of the later examples I give you are not this kind of difficult, but this is something like you'd see on the ACT possibly. All right, a bank account gains this much percent every year. That's compound interest. This is exponential, okay, all the way through, okay? Bacteria can multiply by alarming rate, okay? So when we're looking at these, we kind of need to look at some keywords here. This is doubling. Anytime you see doubling, tripling, quadrupling, or anything like that, that's definitely going to be exponential, okay? And, when Peter kicks the ball in the air, you know that anything's trajectory makes a quadratic function. Okay, so this is a quad. And you only have two things, so you got a 50-50. It's either exponential or quadratic. All right. So that's kind of the first thing, is can you recognize it? And then we need to write equations with it. All right, so for our equations right here, this right here, this is going to be our vertex. And the hardest thing that people find or have a hard time with is not the vertex, it's actually the A value. And I'll help you with that later. Now, with this one, this is our initial value. All right, this is initial, what we start off with. And this is our growth. Okay. And that's kind of, again, exponential, I think, is actually easier to write, especially from words. But we'll go through that. And why is everybody trying to text message me and stuff like that? Let's put you on silent. Give me some time. All right. So it says an investment of this. That means that you put this in first. Okay. And it doubles. All right. This actually, we know that this is exponential. So we're going to use this equation that's hiding behind my big fat face. All right. So this is what we start off with. So we're going to have y equals, this is our A right here, 8,000. And I'm going to use parentheses when I do this because, especially for the homework, I couldn't get the little dot thing to work. You can actually also see this written with a dot. Not a decimal point, it's a dot for multiplication. All right, doubles. This is going to be our B. Okay, so And this right here, the every 7 years, we don't need this. Okay, we just need to know how much we start with and what happens to it. How does it grow? Okay, and there's not another problem. So let's move on. All right, a football is punted in the air. So we should know automatically this is quadratic. Anything punted, kicked through, anything like this. So we know it's a quadratic. So we got to find our A, our H, and our K to plug in our formula. Remember, our formula looks like this. X minus H quantity squared plus K. All right. So let's look right here at our Y values to see where they start repeating. Okay. So these repeat right here. Okay. These repeat. So believe it or not, this is our H and this is our K. All right. Those are the two easiest things to find. Y equals. So X minus 4 quantity squared plus 32. All right. Now to find our A, the hardest thing that people have right here. Start at your vertex and go right to the right. What happened right here? How did I get from 32 to 30? Yes, you subtracted 2. All right. So that's our A value right there. So start at the K and go to the right. Right. And you can find out what your A is. Okay. That's, even when y'all had this beforehand, and when I teach it to the Algebra 1 kids later, they're going to have issues with this. It's understandable. It is kind of difficult, but think about it. Start at your vertex, go to the right, you'll find your K every time. I mean your A, if I could actually say it. Now, this says linear, and this is because I took this from some old stuff from Algebra 1, and that should be marked out. All right. So, blah, 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 write a function rule. All right. Now, this is what throws people off, and it cracks me up. They're like, why is there no profits for the first year? Well, when you start off, you're not going to make profits. Okay. You have to do stuff for a while. All right. So let's look. Okay. Nothing's really repeating. Okay. So let's look at our first difference. So 4500 minus 1500. All right. So we got 3000. All right. 13500 minus 4500. Okay, we got 9,000. Okay, 40500 minus 13500. Okay. Now, this almost looks like it's being multiplied, correct? All right, so basically, this is going to actually be an exponential. This is going to be an expo. All right, so what's our initial value? Well, we can't start at 0. Okay, so we're going to say our initial value, what we started with right here is going to be y equals 1500. Okay, and it kind of looks like it's being multiplied by 3 each time. Also, yeah, if you take these, you can actually see if you take this and multiply everything by 3. So this is going to be it. Now, again, this one's a little bit difficult. You got to dig into it, but it's all right. Now, stocks. Goodness. So first we got to determine, so let's look. Okay, so this is in the middle because these two repeat. Okay, so this is my H, this is my K, this is a quadratic. X minus 3 quantity squared plus 28. All right, so again, how do I find the A? Well, I start right here and I go to the right. How do I get from $28 to $26? I subtracted 2. Okay, shebang. All right, bacteria. Hey, I'm going to let you know if you see bacteria, it's going to be exponential. Okay, so how many do we start off with? This is our A value and this is our B. So we have y equals 12 and 3 to the x power. Yep. And it also helps that the word is bolded and underlined. A town doubles. Okay. Every 9 years. This is going to be our B. This is going to be our growth rate. All right. And this is going to be our A. So this is an exponential. And doubles is 2. Hopefully, you know doubles is 2. Okay. See, these get better. Oh, look. Oh, we're done. All right. So kind of look at it. Some of the stuff from the homework is a little bit easier than some of the examples. I like giving you harder examples in class than I do homework, anyways, because I'm just, a mean old bald man. That's how I roll. All right. So I hope you have an exponentially good day and your emotions are not quadratic. Roll Tide.